As a human being, we live within a three-body system: a physical body on the physical plane, a spirit body on the astral planes, and a soul on the mental planes. Each body was designed to live in a specific environment, and that's where they function. I chose to use the typical ghost form for both the spirit and the soul in this video because most people identify that as a spirit. It's well understood worldwide and well accepted. So I use those forms just for this video so that everybody would understand and there wouldn't be any misunderstanding based upon what I'm saying. The silver ghost form is the spirit, and the orange ghost form is the soul. I'm using them in this video because they're two different colors. They're not an exact rendition of anything other than what I'm using them for in this video. Each of our three bodies is connected with a cord, a tendril, whatever you want to call it. But most people would look at it as something like a very flexible cord or a flexible fiber optic cable. That's how they communicate. That's how we can connect with each one of the bodies. Your next obvious question is going to be, well, if we're not the bodies, then who or what are we? We are conscious energy. We have no mass, and naturally, we don't have any bodies. At the point here that we are on Earth, we are connected to this three-body system. Can't tell you exactly how we're stuck within it, but we are. So that if we're going to travel naturally, we are confined to one of these three bodies. And in order for us to navigate any one of these three bodies, our conscious energy needs to be present within one of those bodies. You can only be in one of those bodies one at a time. So if we want to have a conscious astral projection, we have to will our conscious energy into the spirit body. It detaches almost every night in your dreams and is controlled by the subconscious. And we receive information back as dreams. And most of it's not anything like what's going on. But if we want to consciously travel in that spirit body, we have to will our conscious energy into that spirit body. Once we are in that spirit body, the us, the lucid us, then our physical body is non-functional until we will it back into that body. So we're not in control of any of the bodies until we move it there. So when our essence, our conscious energy goes into the spirit body, we can then maneuver and make it work at our will, while the physical body lays in kind of a comatose state because we aren't in it. Once we're done with our astral projection, our conscious energy transfers back through that cord. It transfers utilizing the cord, comes back to our physical body. Then we can now animate our physical body, and our spirit body is not controlled by us at that point. Now, if at some point we get to the point where we can work within the farther realms and work within the soul, we have to first get to a point where we can either get to the end of the astral planes and transfer over into our soul through that cord. Our conscious energy has to go into the soul. At that point, we're not animating our physical body and we're not animating our spirit body. We are now animating our soul and in full control of it. So that conscious energy has to be present for us to be in control of any body at any time, and only one at a time can be controlled by us. Once we're done with that, then we transfer back. We end up back in the physical body, and then the other two are still present in those planes that they reside in. And we're back in the physical. This is a view of how the connections take place and what occurs within that. There are many types of ways to connect to the astral, moving the astral body around. Everyone seems to have their own idea or their own technique in how it happens or how it occurs. I'm just trying to lay out a simple understanding for those that don't have an understanding of what's going on. And that way, when they hear someone talking about it, they'll have a good idea of what they're talking about. So, there are other ways to connect with other systems. And I personally have utilized this connection system myself, but I prefer to utilize portals, which is a different way or method of connecting that actually doesn't require the need to transfer my consciousness, my conscious energy, to either the spirit or the soul. It can remain residing within the physical, and by utilizing portals, you don't have to go through any of these processes. I don't have to depend or utilize on any of these other bodies. It's more of a projection of consciousness rather than utilizing what I feel is an antiquated system of transfer. Only because we're all used to Wi-Fi, we're all used to Bluetooth, all of this wireless technology. Now, I have to say that wired technology is always the one that is more dependable, because wireless goes down, wireless things have issues, but a truly wired connection is always the most dependable way to connect with something. And that's why this is being used. But to me, looking from the outside after all these years, yeah, it seems like a damn hokey system. Given what we have available, it seems like there would be other ways to do it. Everybody says that the human body's this big miracle. Well, when I see systems like this, to me, it just doesn't seem to be what I really thought it was going to be over time. There are other ways to utilize it without having to use this system. So for me, it seems antiquated, and it seems like a lot of trouble that you have to go through that you really don't have to. It's like the human body. They're too damn needy for me. I just think there's better ways. We are conscious energy. We don't need a body. And this is nothing but something, and they all require dependency. And I prefer independence.